Hetepu, Assalamu Alaikum, Namaste, Haru Nefer. This is Kasankma Keperu with another broadcast for you. In this broadcast, I'm going to talk about the secret to materializing money. And I'm so excited to make this broadcast because I was perusing the internet earlier today and I came across a study that talked about this whole thing about making reality or manifesting reality. And when I read the information that was posted, it blew me away because it backed up what I had previously been talking about, that you can materialize money out of thin air. Now, let me go into this and explain how this relates. First and foremost, I want you to hit the like button, share my video with friends and family members, and if it's your first time watching, subscribe to my channel. Let's get this message out there and start this revolution. Now, here's what happened. The hypnotist had a subject, and he put the subject under hypnotic trance. And he gave the subject a post-hypnotic suggestion saying that when you come out of trance, you will not be able to see me, I will be invisible, but you'll be able to hear my voice. And lo and behold, when the patient came out of trance, she couldn't see the hypnotist. She heard his voice, but she actually couldn't physically see him, and she was mystified. Now this has been done many times before by magicians, but I wanted to know a little bit more about it and the science behind it. Well, another hypnotist chimed in and posted some information that kind of validated why this works. Now, how does this relate to materializing money? What it shows and demonstrates very clearly is that reality is not real. It is a subjective experience that we are actually in a hypnotic trance. It's a fourth dimensional experience that we are given post-hypnotic suggestions or auto suggestions that it's real, it's solid, but it's not. Now let me read this because it's extraordinary what this hypnotist had to say in response to the other hypnotist session. He says, the positively true negative hallucination takes some time in order for the necessary physiological changes to occur. At first, a subject shows avoidance of the physical appearance, but after about 20 minutes or so of that suggestion sinking in and working within the unconscious mind, the subject literally doesn't see the physical object. Rather than showing avoidance, and in brackets acquiescing, scientific studies with hypnotic blindness and hypnotic deafness have shown that the areas of the brain responsible for those processes of seeing and hearing literally become mute in their neurological configurations. Hypnosis is capable of creating profound psychobiological changes. Now this is really, really deep. So in a sense, it is saying that science has documented how certain centers of the brains responsible for hearing and seeing can be shut down so that the person or object cannot be perceived or seen. Now, I'll take this even further because I am not a believer is that this is the brain that's shutting down these connections. What I'm trying to say to you is that what really happens is that the code, we're pulling code from the matrix. The code that's responsible for that object or that person is not being pulled from the matrix and decoded. So what does that mean? That means that that person, you don't manifest that person. You don't materialize that person in front of you because you're not accessing that code. So the person literally does not exist there. He's not there. And this is how you manipulate the matrix. You can tweak the code. All right. So you're not decoding the code for that individual, whether it be John or the hypnotist or Mary. Do you understand what I mean? This is why they can appear invisible to you, but you do pull the code responsible for their vocals or their voice so you can hear them. Profound stuff. Now let's take this a step further with the 100 monkey principle or syndrome, where they did the test of the Japanese mesquite monkeys, and you can go Google this. I've talked about this numerous times on how these Japanese monkeys were transferring behavior from one island to another and infecting another set of mesquite monkeys with the same behavior. What does that lead us to understand? That there is the MCA, the Mass Collective or Consensus Agreement. So we agree that there is such thing as this paper, and we agree that the color is green. We agree that it is called money, and that it is a form of exchange or commerce. That is a collective agreement. So when you say, all right, well, the hypnotist just put that one individual under hypnosis and made her to where she couldn't see the hypnotist, but how does that affect the group of people who will still see the thing there or the person there? So this is coming from what scientists have also documented as mass hallucination, okay, or in a mass hypnotic state. So a group of people can be under hypnosis, and you've seen that with stage magicians. Now, if a group of people can be hypnotized and agree upon a specific reality that they can't see it, they can also agree that they can see something, that there is something there according to the suggestion or the post-hypnotic suggestion from the hypnotist. So if I say that we all see in my hand money, then the group, the mass collective agreement, will agree to that, and there will be money. So this is how money is able to materialize, and this is how the ancients and individuals were able to bring about so-called miracles. And then when we talk about wealth building, the law of attraction, and the secret, this is the basis of this technology. It is the collective agreement, or putting people collectively under mass hypnosis to agree to a certain reality, and everyone responds to that definition. And this is exactly the way we find ourselves now in this matrix, where we're responding to a reality that's not in alignment with what we want. All right. So when I talk about the principle of materializing money, I'm talking about you putting yourself under a hypnotic state, that you will decode from the matrix the idea of having more wealth, more abundance in your life, and then it will materialize. And as I said before, that energy is transferred. Thoughts are not your own. You know, whatever you think, according to the Ma'at principle, there's an interconnection and interdependence between all things. Again, the 100 monkey principle, that what you think will resonate and transfer over to others, and they'll think in accordance. So that's how you create that consensus agreement, or the scientific term, the mass hallucination or mass hypnotic state, because we're already under a mass hypnotic state. So this is how this principle works. This is materializing money, and I hope this gives you a better idea of the scientific jargon behind it and why it works, so you can have more faith in it and understand the principles behind the scenes. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Remember, I'm going to be releasing this weekend my video, which will detail out how you materialize money. And don't forget, if you get an opportunity, subscribe to my Patreon campaign. That's where I'm going to be releasing the video, so you'll have access to that. And until my next video, this is Kasank Ma Keparu, son of Ma'at, and Amin Ra.